Hello. Absolutely you can. You can always ask for clarification or further explanations from your spirit guides, deities, ancestors, whoever it is that's telling you to do something. You can always ask for clarification, especially, we are in a specific path where blindly following is not encouraged. It is in fact encouraged to do your research before you decide to follow or do something or listen. So absolutely, you can absolutely ask for them to elaborate. Whether or not they answer, that's another story. Sometimes you might get lucky where you ask them to elaborate and they just immediately give you a feeling and you're like, oh, okay, yep, nope, that checks out. All right, I'm going to wear my veil today. Other times you might ask and you can't really feel anything, then you turn to divination. Why was that so hard to say? Don't know. Sometimes no matter how long you shuffle your tarot deck, no cards are going to jump out and you won't get an answer. Sometimes they will be radio silent. Sometimes they'll be purposely confusing because maybe you're not supposed to know the answer. Maybe they don't want to tell you the answer, etc. For me personally, I am an intuition-based chaos witch is the best way I know how to describe it. I know a lot of tarot readers, and I'm focusing specifically on tarot because that's what I go for most of the time. But you can do this any kind of divination method. But if you're asking a question for elaboration, in my opinion, tarot is probably one of your best bets. Tarot, oracle, etc. But yeah, at least for me, I would go straight to tarot. So I'm gonna kind of walk you through what I do usually. I know a lot of people like to follow spreads. So some people will follow spreads that other people have made. I know the Celtic Cross was really popular. I used to do that when I was first learning. It was okay, but it was a lot for me. I didn't really like it. But some people, that's how they get their best readings. They'll get pre-written, you get the point. They'll do spreads that already exist. For me, sometimes I'll make a spread. It's never the same thing. It'll usually be okay, so I'm going to lay this out for past, this out for present, this out for future, and then this for advice or whatever. I usually state that before I start. However, sometimes, especially if I'm just talking to my spirit guides and just trying to get them to listen, my method will be a little bit different. So I do my typical opening the tarot cards or whatever, and then I'll ask a question, and then I'll just kind of shuffle and I'll wait for a card to fall out. If a card doesn't fall out, I'll either ask that question again or I'll move on to a different question because maybe they just don't want to answer, whatever. So then the cards that fell out, I'll be all right, this is the general vibe of my answer is the bottom of the deck. So if I've got all these details popping out and I'm confused, this is the general meaning of it, right? So whatever this card is, I'm okay, thinking about that. And then I'm going to look at the cards that came out. Actually, 4 came out. So I'll go through them and figure out what they mean, what I think they mean together, and then I'll ask for clarification and repeat until the reading is done, until I feel like I'm satisfied. So